Hi y'all, it's Mary, and it is Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, which means it is time for a video tutorial. And let me just get this kind of centered up here so that you can see what we are doing. And now I'm going to check off stage left to be sure that we are actually transmitilating out into the ether web. Because otherwise, you know, we're just like doing this to the universe, which is okay, but it's certainly no golden record. Just saying. There we go. Looks like we're out and about. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Jerry. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Fran. Hi, Kathy. Appreciate y'all joining. Hi, Amy. Look at you on time and everything. Goodness, you do way better than I do. Hi, Holly. Hi, Karen. I appreciate you joining. All right, so I'm gonna give you a alibi tonight, right an hour ago, before Wayne got in to see if he could do any troubleshooting. My desk chair just bottomed out. So I am currently sitting on 2 pillows and a ream of mailing labels to try to be high enough to feel sort of like an adult sitting at the table instead of like a kid sitting at the adult's table. Hey, Julie. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Rosie. Hi, Tish. Appreciate y'all joining. So if I'm squirmy, you will know that that is the reason why. Okay? That's my caveat, my early alibi. So anyway, let's take a look at what we're going to be making here today. This is a 2-sided sticky note holder. And I saw one of these on our Paper Players Challenge last week. It was Fun Fold Week, and one of the entries was one of these sticky note holders. So I decided to do it. Hey, Barbara and Jean and Julie, appreciate you joining. I did it just a little bit differently than the tutorial that I found. The tutorial I found was by Yael in, I want to say, Israel, because the entire blog was in Hebrew, which Google Translate did not do a great job of translating. So there was still some engineering to be done. I think I got it. I'm pretty happy with it. But what I decided would be fun would be, because this is for the Paper Players Color Challenge, which is, oh geez, oh Pete, goodness, I have just lost my entire train of thought. Seaside Spray, So Saffron, and Smoky Slate. There you go. So that is on this side. Hi, Jenny. Hey, Barbara. And then I thought it would be fun to maybe depart from the color challenge just a little bit so that whoever had this could have spring and summer on one side, and then they could turn it around and have winter or Christmas or winter Christmas. I did use just a note because it had to be just a note, because you know these are like sticky notes, so just a note. It had to have that, and I used that on both sides, and that is from Posted For You. And my color challenge also takes the Posted For You piece a little bit further, using 2 of the stamps and the postage stamp punch. And then I used on the spring side, I'm going to call this the spring side. Hi, Lois. Hi, Fran. Hi, Jeannie. I used the All Things Fabulous bundle, which has this gorgeous stamp set, and this is actually 3 different flowers that are all 3-step. So you stamp each of these right over top of each other and you create the flowers. And it's got some leaves and it's got some very sweet sentiments, none of which I wanted for this particular project. But it also cuts out the flowers, and it cuts out multiple leaves and also this fun geometric shape. When we switch to winter, I have gone to the new catalog, which will be live for customers on the 4th of August. And I used the Snowflake Wishes bundle. This one is quite wonderful. As you can see, it has a lot of snowflakes in it. Now, there are 3 dies in the set that cut out punched images. Hi, Lenny. The large sunflower is you can stamp it and cut it out, and then this little small one and a medium. So you get 3 that are cutting for cutting stamped images, and then the rest of them are cutting just snowflakes, and they don't match any of the stamped images. But I'm going to show you how we can make a very pretty sparkly snowflake with quite a few little layers right there. Real easy and also peasy. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. And I can tell you that I did a lot of pre-stamping and cutting, because really what I want to show you is how to make this note card holder, not so much how to stamp and die cut images, but we will talk about the multi-step flowers and all things fabulous. Okay, now all of this will be on my blog tomorrow, so you really don't need to write things down. You can see I have used smoky slate for my base, and I have used Seaside Spray for my matting, all of my mats. You can see I cut a sunflower out of one of them. And I've got some thick Whisper White for both sentiments on spring and winter. And then I used some Subtles DSP in So Saffron for spring. And then some of the returning Feels Like Frost Specialty DSP from the new catalog. How happy are we to see this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous paperback? I know I am. So that's what we've got there. And then I've got a couple of pieces for the bottom. And then, of course, we have the tent. So let me set this aside and pull my scoreboard up, and we will get started. Okay, so this is a 4-inch by 12-inch piece of smoky slate. These kinds of projects almost always want 12-inch paper. So I recently made sure I had 12 by 12 of all the colors we've got. Not a ton of each color, but certainly I can reach for any of the colors. All right, so we're going to take this 4-inch by 12-inch piece, and we're going to score it right down the middle at 6 inches. Okay, and that's all we're going to do there. Then I have 2 bottoms. Now I'm going to tell you. Let me take these sticky notes out, because it'll be easier to deal with this without those things. Aren't those so pretty? Yeah. So the tutorial that I saw did not have this piece on the bottom. It just had this piece across the bottom to hold the tent together. But after I had played with it a minute, I realized, if you put a couple of 3 sticky note pads in here, this is going to need to be solid. So I added another bottom to it just to give it a little more stability, okay? So we have 2 pieces of 4-inch by 4.5, and one of them will not be scored and folded. On the other one, we're going to put the 4.5-inch length across the top, and then I am going to score at 1 inch and 3.5 inches, which, if your math is good, it's 1 inch from the left and 1 inch from the right. And then we can just go ahead and fold this like so. And then we will create our tent. But first, let's go ahead and do the last little piece here. All right, so this is one of, I'm going to actually need 2 of these, because this is a double sticky note holder. Duh. So you're going to take one 8.5 by 11, and you're going to cut it at 5 by 8 is what you want. 5 inches by 8 inches. And each one of the note card holders takes a 5 by 8 piece, okay? So each side, this one and this one, both take a 5 by 8 piece, okay? So let's go ahead and we'll just do all of our scoring and folding right now. Hey, Kay. Hi, Daryl. Appreciate you joining. Hi, Kathy. All right. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to go along the 8.5. Wait, this should be 8 inches. Goodness. I'm batting 1,000. I'm batting, what's worse than 1,000 or better than 1,000? I don't know. Let me see if I did the same thing here. Maybe not. No, I did it right. The first one, the one I had ready, was right. Okay, so 8 inch across the top. And what we're going to do is we're going to score at and I'm using the large side, we're going to do 1 inch, 2 inch, 7 inch, oh no, 6 inches, and 7 inches. Okay? Then you're going to rotate it, does not matter which way. And we're going to score along the 5-inch side at 1 inch and 2 inches. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and do that with the other one as well. Across the 8-inch side, we're going to go 1 inch, 2 inch, 6 inch, and 7 inch, like so. Rotate and go 1 inch and 2 inches. Okay, and that should be all we need unless I screw something up and we have to repeat it. So let's not do that, okay? How about that? Let's just go with, we're not going to do that. All right, so to start with, let's go ahead and put our base together. And in the tutorial, they used tear and tape for all of this, but I kind of like using liquid glue because it gives you a minute to squiggleize it a little bit. When I first made it, this first one I did, I put the folds on the inside of the tent, but then I did some experimenting with another one, and I'm going to put them on the outside so that this inside is smooth and pretty. Okay, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to go like this, okay, and create our tent. So let's use some liquid glue. A long time ago, in a video tutorial far, far away, I made some big boxes designed to hold heavy stuff. And one of the things I learned as I was building that and seeing how to do it is you can use liquid glue because, well, what did I just do here? I put it on the wrong side. No, I didn't. I put it on the right side. Because what that does when it squishes all around is that liquid glue kind of melds into your cardstock and helps to strengthen it. So this is a good thing to remember. Not only does it give you time to do some squishing around and moving and getting things lined up to be how they should be lined up, but it also is going to make your project stronger, okay? But you do have to actually move the stuff around like you want it to be. You can't just assume it's going to be right. Make it do what you want it to do. And then we'll come up here and do the other side. Okay, just like that. And that's our tent. Pretty easy and also peasy. Hey, Lisa. How are you tonight? All right, so that's the tent. We'll just let it set aside, and I'm gonna kind of give it a little bit of this because that'll help it later. Also, it was fun. Okay, now, next up, we're going to make our 2 note card holders. You can see we have a grid pattern here, and what we're essentially going to do is we're going to cut out these outside squares, and then we're going to make this middle square into a little tab. A little tab, okay? So, I'm pulling out my scissors. Hi, Patricia. Appreciate you joining. And we'll just go ahead and do some cuts. Hopefully you can see this. You guys know I do sticky notes like nobody's business. I love me some sticky notes. And I think most of us do, right? So isn't it nice to have something pretty? Okay, so I've cut those 3 out, and then all I'm doing is with this tab right here, I'm just cutting like a little triangle, and there's really no rhyme or reason. I'm just getting rid of some excess cardstock and making it into a tab. Easy peasy. Okay, so let's just do it on the other side. Good news is you only have to watch me do this 2.5 more times. Okay, and we'll just cut this. Everybody hold your collective breath that I don't cut the wrong square so that we have to do it yet again. That was, no, it's okay. All right, and then we'll just cut our little triangles to make a tab, like so. Okay, there's one, done. Now we'll just do it again. Now I'm going to show you, get ready, because this is amazing, and you're going to be mystified, and well, you're going to be darned impressed. I'm going to do this in 1 or 2 fewer cuts than the first time, because I can. There we go. And we'll do it again over here. Like that. And again over here. Like that. And then cut this little piece off. And bing bada boom. We got us 2 note card holders. Woohoo! Alrighty, let's see. Sticky notes are handy for all sorts of things. Yes, exactly. I do not cut sticky notes in half. That is not okay. All right, that is not okay. I'm just saying that is not okay. All right, so let's go ahead and make some folds. I'm going to fold towards the mountains. Fold towards the mountains. No, sorry, that's not even a song. That is not even a song. But I tried to make it into one because, you know, it's kind of how I roll because I'm a goober. Boy, were we so productive this morning. My goodness. We were trying to get ahead of the heat, which is like, it's not quite 1,000 million degrees Kelvin like it had been the last day or so, but it is very warm outside. So this morning we worked in the garden. We trellised another tomato and we got the plastic doors down. We've got plastic tarps, clear see-through tarps that we put up in the winter to block the wind that comes up from the pasture into the barn. And let me just say, it was time to get some wind coming in the pasture. It was too hot. So we got that up, which was always amazing. And I printed all of my labels, my mailing labels for the catalog. My catalogs ought to be here on Tuesday, if that's still the 14th. 11, 12, 13, 14. And if I'm doing my job, I will have them out the door on the 15th. So y'all hold your breath that I'm doing my job. Okay, so this is the outside of each sticky note holder. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and put some tear and tape on just a few little parts. That was just my inner Julie Andrews. Okay, so I'm going to put some tear and tape on my tabs, and I'm putting them on the outside side. Okay, does that make sense? When you fold all of these things in, these are from the outside, but they're going to work where I need them on the inside. Okay, so let's put some tear and tape. And then right here on the outside flap will be a little tear and tape, 2 rows of it right next to each other. That's about all you need. And we'll redo them on this side. Love some tear and tape adhesive. I do's, I do's. Now you could probably also use liquid glue here, but I like the tear and tape for this part. Okay, and then we'll do the other side. Like this. Yeah, I know Amy really, really wishes that I would just break into song and give a rousing medley from The Sound of Music, her very favorite musical ever written. I mean, possibly ever written. One day I hope she gets to meet Julie Andrews, because I know that's her dream. It's her dream. All right, so we're almost done. Hold with me, guys. Hang with me. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pull tear and tape covers off. Now, I can tell you, if you're braver than I am, I might do this off camera, but I probably wouldn't. I'm not going to do it here. It is actually easier to decorate these front panels before you do all of this and before you put them on the tent. But I'm not going to do that. I don't think I'm going to do that. I might do that. We don't know. But I'm not going to do that. We can make it work. We can make it happen. Yodel. No, I don't want to hurt Amy's ears or any of y'all's either, really. But I have tried to figure out how I could have my Sound of Music soundtrack playing in the background when my video starts. Might be trying to find that. And I'm thinking maybe the Goat Herder song would be a fun place to start. Okay, so we've got all the tear and tape covers off on this one, and all I'm going to do is we're going to just roll everything to the inside and line it all up, okay? So here we go. Everybody hold your breath that I don't screw it up. Just make sure your corners are evenly placed, and then give it a little smush when you're happy with it. Don't do it early. Don't do it when you're unhappy. If you're happy and you know it, squish the cardstock. Okay, there we go. So that started that, and then I'm just going to roll this down. You can see where my tear and tape is, and I'm just going to give that a little squish right there. And then I'm going to pick this up and stick it inside, and there. And look at that. All of a sudden, we have what is starting to look like a sticky note holder. So let's, quick like a bunny, do the other side. I know, that song just sticks in your head. Hey, Patty Joe from South Jersey. Can't wait to get my goat stamp set. Ooh. Well, definitely take a picture of it before you mail it, okay, Rosie? Because I want to see. You know what? I wish Stampin' Up! Would make those sound thingies where you can, like, record something, and then when you open the card, it sings. Wouldn't that be fun? I know Amy would love that. Oh, man. Maybe they'll go into a, you know, like a business relationship with Hallmark, and then they can get some of those little singy doo-has. I think that's it. Okay, now I'm going to just do this again. We're going to turn the flap in and line up the corners like so. Give it a squish. Turn this flap in, line up the corners, and give it a squish. Now you guys know you could, if you wanted, you could just make this a one-sided. You don't have to put both on. You could just decorate the other side however you wanted it without it being an actual note card holder on the other side. Okay, and then we'll get this one down and we'll be ready to put it on the holder. There we go. Okay, now we're going to use liquid glue here again for both of the reasons that I said before. First off, it gives you some squishy room, and second off, when it squishes down, it's going to help strengthen your cardstock. Okay, and then you're going to have a nice solid piece that might even last through an entire winter and spring. Okay, so now it's really pretty simple. We're going to line up the corners and the bottom and drop the lid of the glue on the floor. And then you want to pick it up and you just want to kind of, you know, like in construction when you're putting a wall up, you sometimes have to pull everything in and get it lined up before you set the nails. Okay, so just get everything lined up. Give it a little rub, little hold, little rub, little hold. That sounded pretty bad, but you know what I'm talking about. And then you can reach in with your bone folder and give it a little burnish there across the bottom. And then we'll do the same on the other side. You see how this is coming together just so stinking fast. It's just so thinking fast. And that one is not holding like it should. Shame on you. Shame on you, tear and tape adhesive. All right. You can see I'm being a little more generous than I usually am with the glue. Yes? You noticed this? I'm sure right away you thought, my goodness, she's being awfully generous with the glue. And then line everything up and get it all situated like you want it. You want the bottom to be flush and you want the sides to be flush. Make it do what you want. It's your little note card holder and it needs to do what you want it to do. You are in charge. Don't let it get the best of you. All right, and there we go. And there it is. It's trying to come apart, but we're gonna hold it down. Uh-oh, oh no. Have I lost you? Have I lost you? Uh-oh, okay, only some people are frozen. Okay, came right back. Okay, good. Whew. By golly, that would have been horrible. Okay, and now I'm gonna take that other piece of 4 by 4.5, and I'm going to put it on the bottom of my holder with a pretty generous coating of liquid glue. Okay, pretty generous. And then we're just going to place it thusly and solely, thus and so and thus, so that it is all lined up and straight and so beautiful. Get straight. Don't crow about being straight if you're not straight, Mare. Okay, and then just kind of hold it down. Give it a rub on the inside. Wiggle the camera. Okay, and we'll just give that a little push. And we're gonna wait a beat. Good, everybody's back. Okay, good. Whew. It says, sorry, we're having trouble playing this video. Oh no. Julie, it may be, I don't know what it is. Maybe refresh your screen, kid, if you can even still hear me. Okay, and there we go. One sticky note holder. Take your time making this part, because this is really, it's the foundation of your house. I'm just throwing that out there. And if you want your house to fall down, take shortcuts with the foundation. Just saying. Sticky notes are not light, okay? They're not. They're just not. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do before I get to the sentiment is I'm going to take my 2 pieces of DSP and I'm going to mat them on Seaside Spray and put them on their respective sides of the holder. Okay, so I've got my piece of Forever Frost Specialty DSP, and there it goes on Seaside Spray. Like so, and then I'm going to use some more liquid glue to put it on the top of the tent. And we're just going to kind of eyeball that to get it lined up like we want. Again, that's why we're using liquid glue, so that we can move it around and make it do what we want instead of vice versa. Yes. Okay, good. Hey, Janet, I'm glad you're here and that it's good. One chipboard and one of cardstock make it, or you could if you needed to. I mean, you know, I don't think you're gonna like put a handle in it and tote it around, regardless of what you do with it. But you know, you could certainly play with it to see what works better than what works. That was part of why I used the thick Whisper White cardstock on the bottom, was just to give it a little more heft, right? But yeah, you know, a piece of chipboard as the bottom base, that might be kind of cool. That would certainly make it sturdier. All right, and now we're just doing this one, and I am going to try to make sure that the writing is right side up, because it does actually say words. Did you know that? The DSP in the color combinations actually says words. Mm-hmm. Not even kidding. All right, and there we go. Getting that on like that. And there we have it. Okay, now that can just set aside and think about what it's done, which is everything, right? And let me get my lid off of the floor so that I don't lose it. Okay, now let's do some decorating, shall we? All right, let's decorate summer first, shall we? Okay. Oh, and I guess I'm gonna need another piece. Maybe I'm not. No, I'm not. I don't know why I said I was gonna need another piece. Do you? Any ideas? No, I have no idea at all. Okay, we're going to start. I've already made some flowers. Let's get some embellishments here. Put the snowflakes away. Don't look at the snowflakes. I've already made some flowers. These are all So Saffron. There's no other color in the flowers. What I did is, and I'm going to show it to you here in just a second. on the stamp case for each of these flowers, there's numbers next to each flower is 3 steps. Remember I told you that? So you have flower number 1, and you have 1A, 1B, and 1C. So those are the 3 that go with it. Flower number 2, you have 2A, 2B, and 2C. Those are the 3 that go with that flower. And then you have number 3, which is 3A, 3B, and 3C. Now, common wisdom says you start with the light color first and move to the darker. At least that's what it says in the catalog, but I don't do it like that. Hi, Catherine. Because I have a harder time seeing how to line up when I've already got the light color. So I start with the darkest color, which in this case is number 3. So what I did, for example, here is I used 2C first to stamp in full strength So Saffron. Then I used 2B in Stamped Off Once, and then I used number 2A in Stamped Off Once. Okay, you don't need to stamp off twice. It doesn't need to be third generation. Okay, so you can see it's got quite a bit of texture. And I did the same with these as well. Okay, so all of a sudden you've got some different colors in there just because of the way the stamps are created. All right, okay. And then I also stamped 2 of the little stampy doohickeys from Posted for You. Yeah, Posted for You. I stamped these in Smoky Slate, and I used my Balmy Blue, because I don't have Seaside Spray, but I used Balmy Blue and So Saffron blends to color, and then I used my Smoky Slate Stampin' Write marker to color that sentiment, and that's going to go on the top of them. Alrighty, I gotta put my chair back together. Hang on just a second. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is get some of my lives from All Things Fabulous. It's fabulous, darling. It's just fabulous. I'm saying to you, it's fabulous. And we're going to lay out some flowers like so. Don't know. I'm singing again, and I don't even know why. I am not a singer, you guys. I'm not. I don't even know why I'm trying. So that's where my flowers are going to be, and I'm going to put some leaves out here. So let's put a sentiment there. And we're going to use the Just a Note sentiment because it's so stinking punny. From Posted for You in Smoky Slate. We're just going to eyeball it. Hopefully it'll be sort of straight. Hopefully it will be sort of straight. Hey Dee, appreciate you coming on. So there's that sentiment. And then we're going to do some Seaside Spray leaves, because in my world, leaves are blue. Okay? Okay. Here we go. And we're going to do some 3 leaves. We'll do some 3 leaves. Like that. And then maybe we'll do some 3 leaves there. And then there's this really cute little doohickey right here that's got like a little branch and then a second stamp with some leaves. And I'm going to do the little branch in Smoky Slate and the little berries or whatever those are. And we'll just go right here. And then I think we'll... And that's where you have to kind of watch out. I mean, if you're anything like me, you're very likely, and I do mean very likely, to stick that stamp right back in the wrong ink pad. Just saying. I'm just saying. Thanks, Dee. All right, we'll all sing. We'll all sing. Everybody sing The Hills Are Alive with the Sound of Music on your own, in your own key. Whatever key works the best for you. Amy, I'm going to need to hear what you say. Sing. And then I'm just using some Seaside Spray to add to my little berries. Like so. Like so. Exactly like so. And then we're going to put on some lifts. And we're going to use liquid glue for 2 out of 3 leaves. 2 out of 3 leaves agree. Flowers agree. Liquid glue is the adhesive of choice. Now this is one of the times when I actually stay inside the cardstock. I don't go outside of it because I don't want things that will catch. Okay, does that make sense? And we'll do the other little one, like so. And then I'm gonna put a couple of dimensionals on the back of the large flower. Hey Linda, appreciate you joining. Let me see if I've got more cut ones. There they are. Okay. The only problem with wanting to use cut dimensionals is when you come to the end of your cuts and you have to redo them, because it almost invariably happens in the middle of a video. But that's okay. You guys know, I think you know, I'm pretty certain you know that my level of perfect is pretty stinking low. So you just have to be used to dealing with what I'm giving you, okay? I'm just saying. All right, and then we're going to put this little last doohickey on here. And by doohickey, of course, I do mean flower. There we go, just like that. Oh, yes, I love it. And then we will mat him on Seaside Spray and put him on his or her, depending on where you are sitting and what you think flowers and things are. Seaside Spray mat. Now, just to tell you, the samples that I saw had decorated the sides, but I thought about that, but then I thought, you know, one side is spring, one side is winter, and I want it to be kind of a surprise when anybody looks, right? So I just left it as plain Jane smoky slate. That's what I did. You can do what you want, but that's what I did. Okay, now we're going to put this on the front of this note card holder. Oh, that didn't come out at all right, did it? Look at that. Do you see the problem? Anybody? Anyone? Bueller? Mary mismeasured. Mary mismeasured. Well, dang the luck. Huh. Well, the good news is, the other one is awesome. That's funny. You know, I don't care who you are. That is funny. So, let's see. I'm going to put this right here because I may be able to salvage this off camera. Y'all don't do what I did. Make these the right dimensions, okay? Make it more like this size. Good Lord. Can you even believe that? What has this world come to? What a blatant error. You would think I'd have that down by now. Oh well, it is what it is. This comes under the heading of Caca Happens. Now we'll go ahead and decorate the top with our Posted For You images. I'm gonna use liquid glue on the first one and just kind of center it up. And then we're going to use a couple of dimensionals on the second one. It works. I'm thinking I could probably come up with like some ribbon. I think maybe a piece of ribbon and a faux bow there. That's what's going to happen. Something's going to happen so that this one is salvageable. All right. And then I'm just kind of centering this and it's popped on. Okay. I promise the measurements will be correct on the blog, and it won't look like that. It'll look a lot more like this, okay? The good news is the other side is perfect. Oh God, I can't believe I even said that out loud. Okay, so let's go ahead and exactly, it's a musical kind of thing. Oh goodness. Okay, now we're going to switch gears and seasons, and we're going to go to Snowflake Wishes, which is coming in the new catalog. And I've got two of my snowflakes here. One's just a little bit bigger, and on that one I'm going to stamp it around a few times in Balmy Blue, and I'm going to use Seaside Spray for the second one after I put my sentiment on. All right, so I'm going back to the Posted for You sentiment, and I'm doing it in Smoky Slate right here, like so. Okay. All right. Now, using the larger of the snowflakes, I am going to stamp in Balmy Bleu. Okay, Balmy Bleu. And we're just going to kind of stamp all over. Like so. Okay. And then we'll take some Seaside Spray. Oh, you would have known, Jean, because look, it doesn't fit. All right. I'll come up with something. I don't know what yet or when, but I'll come up with something. Okay, and then I'm taking Seaside Spray and another of the snowflake designs, and we're going to stamp right in the middle, like that. There we go. I was trying to stay kind of true. Trying to stay kind of true to the color scheme. But there's no So Saffron on this side. None ya. I'm just saying there is no So Saffron. Now look at this pretty image right here. I don't know if you can see it, but it is this right here. This is all on one, this right here is one stamp. You see it? And we're going to stamp some little snowflakes all around. And I am going to do it in Stamped Off Once Smoky Slate, because everybody knows that snow looks like Stamped Off Once Smoky Slate. I mean, it certainly does where I come from, especially after it's been on the ground a few days. Ugh. Ugh. There we go. Okay, now we'll close this so I don't have some kind of accident of epic proportions. And then we will mat it on its Seaside Spray mat. And put it on the front of our hopefully correctly sized note card holder. What's kind of cool about this is that there's actually room to put a pencil or two next to it. So you can fit 4 sticky notes in this between the two sides, and then you can put a couple of pens and pencils. Just when you think you don't need more snowflakes. I know, this is an odd, I really truly almost didn't get it, and then I thought, no, those are some really, really, really pretty snowflakes. Now this is how it's supposed to look when you go to adhering it to the front like that. All right. Okay, now while that dries a little bit, I'm going to pull out a very beautiful embellishment. Look at these. Aren't they so pretty? They're so pretty. They're called blue adhesive back gems, which I think is very apropos. These are kind of a light blue and these are kind of a dark blue, and you get 2 sizes, big and little. And speaking of embellishments, I do have catalog shares open right now. You can get in on them through the 2nd of August, and you can either get a paper share where you get a taste of all the new papers, or you can get an embellishment share where you get a taste of all the new embellishments, no ribbons, but new embellishments, or you can get the I Want It All, which is a taste of both, or you can get doubles of any or all of them. All right. So I'm going to use this lighter blue, and I'm going to put the big one right in the middle of these largish snowflakes, like so. Ah, you will be looking forward to playing with these, I know, Lenny. There we go. Right there. And then I'm going to put a little one on this bottom one because it's kind of off the screen, as it were. Off the screen, stage bottom. And then I'm going to put another little one right next to the sentiment. And there we go. There's that. One more thing. we're gonna build us a most beautiful snowflake. Because, have you guys seen, well, you haven't because you maybe don't have the new catalog. Look at that. That is balmy blue glimmer paper. Oh my goodness. So pretty. So I used 4 layers to make this snowflake. And yes, Catherine, you missed a giant boo-boo, or 12 on my part. Okay, so what I did is I made this snowflake using 2 of these dies. One of them is in plain Whisper White, and the other one I first stamped the matching image in Balmy Blue and then cut it out. And then I cut this Balmy Blue Glimmer snowflake from this die right here. And then I finished off with a Seaside Spray, just plain cardstock snowflake in this little small snowflake right here. And then I just stacked it up. Easy peasy. Stacked it right up. Right up. In fact, I actually stacked it on the doohickey. Yeah, I really, really do like glimmer paper. I am sorry that the Dazzling Diamonds glimmer paper is gone. That I really liked it a lot. So I'm just building this in liquid glue right on the top of my holder. And then next up will be the stamped in Balmy Blue of the same size snowflake. And I'm just gonna offset the little, gosh, I love this. Like I said, I'm not a huge snowflake fan all the time, but this one, they really did a great job with all of the dies that are available. You can really make some gorgeous, gorgeous snowflakes. Just a little bit of glue on the back of the middle there. I'm leaving the edges of the snowflake loose, okay? I don't know why, because I can. Okay, and then the final layer is my Seaside Spray die cut snowflake. There we go. Just like that. And we'll hold it a beat so that it can dry, and then, yeah, I thought that was kind of fun, huh? To make it be a different seasonal thing. Now I'm going to use one of the large sequins. I'm sorry, it's an adhesive back gem. I'm going to put it in the middle of my snowflake. And then I'll put a couple of little ones here and there around said snowflake. Because everybody knows that winter is shimmery. So you want some shimmer and some sparkle. And yes, some snow does sound really good right now, man. And when it's cold, I'm gonna be like, man, I want it to be summer so bad. Okay, and there's our holder. Not really sized very well, but look here. You put your pretty purple and lavender sticky notes in, and then you can put a pencil, or you could put your bone folder, or you could put your, look at that, you could even use it as a utensil holder. And also, oh, by the way, look, wait, are you seeing? Can you see? Look at that. You can set that right inside there. You could store your liquid glues right inside, or anything else for that matter. Or you could put a card that you received, for example. Like if you had some birthday cards that you recently found in your truck, you could put them right there, waiting to be opened. Susan Stanley, if you're listening, thank you for the card. I haven't had a chance to open it. It just got found. So lots to do with these wonderful little things. You could decorate them however you want. If you have a guy who would like one of these, you could certainly use maybe some of the In Good Taste or the World of Good paper and some of those sentiments, but you got to use, I think you really do have to use the Just a Note sentiment, regardless of how you decorate it. I just think it's a requirement to have Just a Note on the front. All right, guys, thank you for the patience with me screwing it up so royally there, but you know, it's okay. Maybe this is for taller ones. All right, guys, I hope I will see you on Thursday at 1 o'clock on my YouTube channel. Have a great rest of your weekend and a good week, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much for spending part of your day with me. Bye-bye. Oh, hold it up so we can see it. Oh, just like that. There's the front that's too big. Here's the right one. How about that? There's the winter side. There's winter. And there is spring. And then it's got this in the middle, so that's actually room to hold all sorts of things. All right? Okay, guys, I'm out. Bye.